Hey guys, good afternoon. It's Darren from Jace Media, and in the chair this afternoon we have Lena and Josh all the way from where are you guys? Are you in America, Canada? Where are you?
We are in Bozeman, Montana, in
Ah,
America.
America, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. And they are from the band Laney Lou and the Bird Dogs. Good afternoon, guys, and how are we?
Hi. We're doing good.
Excellent. And we had a couple of technical hitches there, so that's completely my fault. But there you go. So we're all good. Now, I'm in Glasgow in Scotland, and it's 5:30 in the afternoon. It's actually the sun is shining, which is never been heard of in Scotland. If you've ever been here, you'll know that.
Unfortunately, haven't been there yet. Have you, Josh?
No, the closest I ever got, I lived in Ireland for about 6 months.
Now you have to get to Scotland when the world opens up. You can start your world tour in Glasgow. Don't go anywhere else. Come to Scotland. You'll have a real good night. Get some drinks and just show these Glaswegians what it's all about.
Well, we hear
That
that
sounds
you know your way around a glass of whiskey. So,
Yeah, yeah, just the normal, Josh. We like a little tipple now and again. It's something we're famed for, unfortunately. So, how are you guys doing? How is life treating you?
good. We are doing really well. We've had a great summer, kind of back at it, playing lots of shows and some big festivals, and it feels really good to be playing again. So we feel like we're coming out of this last year and a half in a good space for the band.
Yeah, it's amazing because there's been no gigs in Scotland for what's this, March 12, 15, 17 months.
wow.
Still no shows.
No shows at all. We officially come out of all lockdown on the 9th of August. So there'll be no social distancing. There'll be masks in shops and restaurants to a certain extent. But it's just, it's weird how, you guys in America, you went through a horrendous time with it. And basically you've seemed to have come out of it quicker than us, and we're like, there's no gigs. And the Glaswegian people, they just love a good gig. They just love to go to a little sweaty hall with a band, squashed onto the stage. They like to get a few drinks and they like to enjoy themselves, and I guess that when Scotland opens up, every man and his dog will be coming to Glasgow, and every venue that's kicking about, they will be cramming it in there, which will be a good feeling. Um, and for myself as a reviewer and an interviewer, this is the best part of my job. I love interviewing bands and chatting about how you guys are getting on, and I must be getting 50, 60 pieces of music every week to review, from bands all over the world.
That's
So there,
great.
so there are bands out there making music, and want to share it. So I'm very jealous of you guys that you're out playing shows and stuff and having some whiskey and beer and stuff and getting on it.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
really, really pissed off about that. So how is the new
everybody's
album? How is the new album
Uh,
coming along?
Go ahead, Josh.
well, it's completely released at this point. There was it was a great year to write a new album. There was lots of time on our hands, and it was a rare opportunity, I think, for uh, our band and everybody that's been touring nonstop for years, to catch catch a breath and reevaluate. And we certainly did that, and we had a lot of meetings about how everybody's feeling and how everybody's doing. And I think we came out with a renewed sense of respect and love for what we do, and I think it comes through on this album. We really put everything we had, artistically and musically, and you know,
Yeah,
it,
I mean it's a little. as a kind of country bluegrass Americana album, it's got a really nice feel to it. It's one of those ones that you could, you put on in the background and you could listen to it for, all day long, because it's got that just nice, like relaxing feel about it. So it must have been real fun to make.
I enjoy.
It was a really we got to spend 2 full weeks in California recording it, and the setting of the recording and the actual process was exhausting, but also just so fun. And like, yeah, we just had a great time with all of the songs on the album. So I think each song means a little something to us. We feel connected to the album
Yeah,
100%.
I mean I think that's really good that being back in the studio together, and and being able to connect and can just open up and put down what you feel, and I think it does show on the record. I've got a couple of favorites, and you can tell me if they're good or bad, Josh.
Okay.
My standout track is Alive. I just love that track. So I don't
Yeah.
know who wrote it, I don't know whose track it is, but it's a cracker. So if it's not yours, Lana, then doesn't matter. If it's Josh's, it's all good.
Yeah, No Hard Feelings. That was written by our banjo player Matt, and I think that might have been maybe the last song that really came to life before we put it down. We went to the studio with a lot of half-written songs, which was our first time doing that. We wrote a lot in the studio, and so our producer and engineer instructed us to let the songs be living songs when we got to the studio, which was hard for us because we're all have a little bit of type A in us, I think. And so we just patiently waited, and that song, it came to life, and it ended up being the song that we ended the album with, because it really sums up the entire last year and a half. And that's where the title "Through the Smoke" came from, was a lyric from that song. And it's like the darkness of the line, nobody's going to make it out alive, I think just sums it all up.
But it's like set to a very anthemic, happy tune. It's like dark, but set to really positive vibe. Like, nobody's gonna make it out alive, but you better live your life while you have it.
You think you're going to die, but you're going to die happy. That's
Yeah.
kind of that's kind of what it says to me. You're going to die, but you're going to die a happy person. And who needs anything more than that?
It's very basic thinking there.
I think that's kind of how you look at it. I think, what I tend to do is I listen to the album fully, and then I start to do my review. I don't know if you've had the review yet. I think you may have done from Michael. I'm not sure.
I think we did.
If you don't have it, then I can send it, because I have it in front of me. I have all my notes that I put down when I talk to you guys, and I have all of my written stuff that I have, and I put on my favorites and stuff like that on the album, and so you think I'm not lying when I'm talking to you about it. So, I think that's kind of what I do. I like to play it through and kind of feel the album first, because I think Americana and country, for me, it's a special genre of music, because a lot of the tracks and a lot of the lyrics mean so much to people.
Mm-hmm.
When you listen to what you guys are playing, and you kind of get into it, and you think, yeah, I can resonate with that, because it means this to me, it means that to me. And I think that's how I look at it when I'm doing an album, and I think at the moment, country and blues and Americana are really coming to the surface at the moment. I think a lot of rock stuff has been kind of left to the side, because there's lots of good Americana bands coming to the surface.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think Americana and folk genre, which bluegrass kind of falls under that umbrella in a few different ways, but there's I think in general, there's an honesty to that type of music compared to rock or metal or, some of those other genres. I think it gives you the opportunity, and I think the instrumentation of it supports it a little bit more because it's acoustic and there's just something about that instrumentation that allows you to say things.
What you want to say, yeah. And I think, George, I think you're absolutely right. You don't have to, belt out a full solo, or rep a drum solo. I think, when you put, the lyrics and everything together, I think it's just a natural flow,
Yeah. I don't know how it is in Glasgow, but out here, there's a few different avenues you can take with the bluegrass genre or folk genre, and back in the Southeast, where bluegrass was came from infancy, it's very traditional. And then out here in the western part of the country, there's a lot of jam grass is what it's been called, where it's mostly solos and you get a verse every once in a while, maybe a chorus. And I think we've tried our hardest to carve out somewhere in between the two. I don't think it's for lack of talent, I hope, but we don't solo a whole lot, and we like to focus on the songwriting and having a good chorus.
I think you're right. I think there is a time and a place for a solo, a 5-minute guitar solo, or a 3-minute drum solo. I think there's time for that, and there's a place for it. But I guess that that bluegrass and Americana is more of an honesty. That the tracks come out, and a lot of it seems to be like from the heart. You may tell me I'm wrong, but I kind of think when you listen to it, a lot of the songs seem like personal journeys.
Absolutely. I think our band definitely, writes from the heart, and that kind of is what country music is all about, and definitely the Americana folk genre in general.
Yeah, because I think there is an honesty about it, because when you're playing it, you're playing from the heart, and it's believable. When you listen to it, you think, wow, my God, that's a real cracker of a track, and they must have went through some stuff for that, and I guess that's kind of what what I gonna get. I always say to people when I'm doing an interview, it's like I am in the front row of the auditorium, watching you guys do your thing, and watching you go through your emotions when you're going through your set list, and thinking, geez, they must have had some fun making that album, but you really feel it, and I think that's what's really good about the Americana side, because you get absorbed in it, you get sucked into what you guys are putting across, and I think that's just brilliant.
Great. It's awesome that you feel that way about that. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Our band has always really, really focused on a connection with our audience. We write the songs for ourselves for sure, and for a lot of songwriters, it's about processing things that we've been through. But our band, part of our mission statement is just to make sure that it's not just one-sided, and that we can kind of take the wall down between us and the audience. So I think we do that in our live show really well, and if we can make people feel connected to us on an album, then that's great. I mean, then we are really doing our job, I think. So it's great to hear you say that.
Yeah, I kind of guess though, Lena, it's just that when you hear an album, like myself, when I hear an album, you get a good feeling or you get a bad feeling. You kind of think, yeah, I'm going to really enjoy this, or I'm not going to enjoy it, and I think that's kind of what comes across, in the album. You kind of just think it's a kind of it's a feel good piece of music that you can stand and tap your toe to and really feel what you guys have put down, but that a lot of the songs are personal, and I think that sometimes is worth the entry money alone, that when you go, that you guys are putting your heart and soul into it every night for an hour and a half, 2 hours. When you come off stage and you go and greet the fans, they'll tell you that that was I really enjoyed that. It was a lovely song. I enjoyed this, and I think that's really important. And for me as a reviewer, if I go to a show, I just look at people's faces and I think, my God, they're really enjoying this. Or my God, she's crying over there. Wonder what that's all about. And you kind of think, wow, that song's really powerful. And I guess that whenever you come to Scotland or Glasgow and you finish off with Alive, I'll be in the corner somewhere crying into my book when I'm trying to write the review, thinking, geez, I'm going to die. I'm going to die tonight, but I'm going to die happy. That's how it's going to come across.
Great. We do tend to end our shows with that song. It's always towards the end of the set. It's a good, just big, powerful song.
Absolutely. Everybody will be crying, leaning on each other, crying. Oh my God, But that's brilliant. I think that's a really nice way to end it when you end in a powerful track, because sometimes people go, this is our favorite song, and we play that, and people go, wow, But I think that when you end on a song that means a lot to people, that I think that's a really good ending to a show. It's fantastic. So what's the when are you guys next gigging? When are you playing next? What's your gig schedule?
Tomorrow we actually start a 4-day run with a bluegrass band called the Steel Drivers. Are you familiar with them?
No, never heard of them. Are they good? Because you can tell them all about me, Lena, and I'll review them and stuff. So you can tell them all.
The Steel Drivers are an incredible band. They've been around for at least 20 years, and they're based out of Nashville, Tennessee. And their band has directly been a huge influence on our band. They have big 4-part harmonies. They're very songwriting generated, just big choruses and really cool writing. They're very much storytellers. And we're just really excited to play a few shows with them because they've been a huge influence on us for the last 8 years of our band. So it's pretty unreal that we actually get to meet them and hang out with them this week.
That's nice, though. I think that's a nice, a nice introduction for them as well. That they will get to. Will you tell them that they've been a big influence on you? Because obviously they might think, "Wow, what's wrong with these 5 people?"
No, it's a fine line between telling someone that you're a fan of them and trying to be cool still. You have to play it cool and make it seem like our band is meant to be there, but we're also going to try and let them know how much they've been a part of our kind of genesis band. And I don't know, we'll have to have a team meeting about that.
Have a lot of high fives and just say, I like your stuff, and then just walk off and they'll be like, So you got to play it cool. You don't want to be too doing the faces. So what's on the go after that? What's on the go after the 4-day run?
We're going to be playing a bunch of shows in Montana. We sort of kept it a little close to home this summer since we just weren't sure what the state of the world was going to be. So when we were booking things back in March and April, we just kind of booked a lot of things in our home regions. So just a couple festivals here to go and a couple of shows just around. Montana is a big state, so sometimes we're still driving 7 or 8 hours just to get to a show. But that's pretty much what we have going on here.
That's incredible. I think you look at that and you think, America, it's a vast country, and when you say, I live in Montana, but I'm going to drive through Montana for 8 hours, you're like, wow, that's incredible. That's like driving from Scotland all the way down to England, in a day, and it's incredible that you guys, but I guess it's worthwhile to do it.
It is, absolutely. Yeah, we put them.
Yeah, but I think you've got to. I think to be successful, you have to do that. You have to put the miles in, and sometimes, I think at the moment with, like as you say, with the world just opening up,
right.
You have to sacrifice a little bit, and I guess sometimes it's about the money as well, you know, going driving places to make a bit of money rather than driving 8 hours and going, we're actually paying the band $100, you know, to get on the bill. So I guess it's good that way that you're making a bunch of money, you know, to keep you guys going and whiskey and stuff like that and whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever, yeah. And then obviously after the summer, are you still writing just now? Or are you finished writing? Do you continually write when you're on the road? Or
I think the process is never ending. You know, as soon as you release an album, there's a little bit of a breath of fresh air to get all those songs off your plate. And I think inevitably at some point you go, oh man, we got to start writing again for the next one, because you know a year is just not that long, it turns out. So yeah, we're kind of in the basking in the glow of having something new out there, and I guess it's probably late for us to start writing again, but we got to start at some point. So we already have songs that have entered the set list that aren't on the album. So, you know, who knows what's going to make the next one, but
yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, when I've spoken to a lot of bands, they've said, you know, we're in the process of writing an album and we've just finished another one, you know, and I think a lot of fans will maybe, you know, bask in the glory that a band may come out and have two lots of albums to play, you know, when they go on tour. So I guess that's always a nice thing to do as well. You have a bunch of songs in, you know, in reserve tank, that if someone screams at you to play another 15 minutes, you can go, oh yeah, I've got another couple of songs, you know, which is always good as well.
Well, at this point, when we play the bigger shows, you know, we're obviously not headlining the festivals and these things.
Why not, Josh? Why not? You should be. Why not?
Someday, if things keep going well. But you know, so they'll go, you have 45 minutes, and we stare at 4 hours of music that we like, every single one of the songs, and whittling that down to 45 minutes is really tough because you got to make some sacrifices. But you know, when we practice before one of these big shows, it's like, how can we pack as much in as we can? And so we practice our transitions, and you know, there's no dead space between songs, and we just try and cram in 15 songs in 45 minutes and play them fast.
I kind of guess as well, it's when you sit and you try and choose the tracks, I think it's always guessing what the fans are going to like.
Yeah.
You know, when you put a couple of oldies in, you put some new ones in, or you put a fresh album in, you know, and I guess it's sometimes when you get, you know, going to a gig and stuff, there's a lot of fans who have just, you know, got into you, so they're not really sure of a lot of your stuff. So I guess when you're trying to put your set list in, it's trying to judge which songs you think that the audience is going to like, and I think that's a hard job as well.
It is.
Yeah, it's sort of like finding a balance between what we want to play and what the audience wants to hear.
Yeah, because I think you'll be thinking, that's my favorite, that's my favorite, that's my favorite, that's my favorite, and they go, you know, and sometimes you put it to the crowd, they go, I've never heard this one before, you know, and I guess that's the difference.
Yeah, and with the new album, we're introducing our fans to a lot of new songs, and so and right now, those are the ones that are exciting us as a band so much. So our 45-minute set looks like maybe, you know, what would you say, 2/3 of it is the new material, and the other third is a mix of stuff from our last 8 years. And it's like maybe 6 songs are old ones, and then we've got 10 that are from the new album, or 9 that are from the new album.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely finding a balance. People want to hear the songs they know, but we want to play our new songs. So it's sort of just got to figure out exactly.
But I think you're right, and I think that's important. I think, you know, that Josh had just said, you know, you've spent time in the studio, you've spent months writing the tracks, and you want to showcase, you know, because a lot of people go, oh yeah, I've heard this one before, I've heard this one before. But when you play a new track, people go, wow, you know, I've not heard that one before, I've not heard Highline before. You know, I've not heard bootleg. And then when you hit them with a killer blow, which is alive, they will leave, you know, thinking we've had an hour and a half set of a real mix of good songs. And I think that's really important, that, you know, that you've just got to try and get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try and get it right.
or not, you know. And then what will happen in Glasgow? Sorry, Claire?
Oh, you can always leave people wanting more, right? You can't play it all.
Absolutely. And say, can we pay for another 15 minutes and they'll slip a couple of oldies in there? You know, the thing about Glasgow is that if you don't play long enough, they'll let you know. You know, they shout at you from the front saying you have to play longer because, you know, I've paid £20 for a ticket and I've not got my money's worth, and this is what you get. So it's brilliant. So you're like, yeah, give me some more whiskey and we'll play for as long as you want. Great.
Sounds fun.
You know, that's what it's all about. So is there what is the next move on touring? Are you going to wait for the rest of the world to open before you try and look at, you know, coming to Europe? Is that in the plans, or is that on the back burner for the moment?
Well, I think that would be a dream of ours. You know, it's a long way away, and you know, like you said, our country is so huge. We haven't even covered that. But you know, I think if we saw a listenership in Europe that was strong enough, we would definitely just, you know, bite the bullet and go. The logistics of that are mind-boggling, but you know, we would be there in a heartbeat if we knew that we could pay for the trip and meet some great people, you know. So what I'm getting at is,
come and meet me. Yeah, absolutely.
I think we decided that if we do travel in Europe, we're going to have to hire someone to drive us around, because that sounds like a nightmare trying to get ourselves around a place we're very unfamiliar with.
Don't worry, Lena, I'll come and drive for you.
you're hired.
Okay, you can be our tour manager.
Yeah, I'll be the TM. Yeah, I'll be the TM, and I'll take you around places, and we can. I'll show you the good drinking places and things like this. And you know I mean, there is, you know, the good thing about Britain. You know, there are lots of cool festivals. You know, they're really cool festivals. Ramblin' Man Fair. There's a festival that's just finished called Buckle and Boots Festival, that they have a lot of British and European talent. And there's the Country to Country Festival in London. You know, so there's lots of scope, you know, to get you guys across. But I do understand it's an expensive business, you know, taking all your gear, you know, and all your entourage, and then getting a TM and getting a tour bus and things like this. So, you know, I do understand it must be pretty horrific, you know, to cost it all out.
We're going to do it someday. It's on our bucket list.
Yeah, get yourself to Britain. I know it's really difficult because obviously with all this, you know, the Brexit stuff and everything that makes it, you know, I don't say it makes it impossible for musicians to travel and come to Britain, but it's going to make it a little bit more expensive, you know,
Right.
and you've got to make sure that it's worth it, you know, which, you know, is a hard thing, you know. But I did your album review. And we have at Jace Media, we have an Americana site, we have a rock site, we have a blues site, we have a metal site, and we put it on. And then this interview, along with the review, goes to America, it goes to Australia, it goes to Europe. So lots of people will get to see this video and get to hear about you guys. You know, the review itself has had 2,000 views.
Really?
Wow.
You know,
Great.
For all those people watching this, remember us forever.
you have to plug something, Josh. What happens is I get all the interviewers on and they go, yeah, we have a new album out, and this is our website, and this is our Instagram account, and this is the merch shop. And so feel free to rep the shit out of your album. Give me your merch store.
Okay.
Give us where you can buy the album. So between the two of you, you can just go for it. and then let's see if we can get you out there.
Sounds great. Yeah. I mean, if we could make it out to Scotland and even break even money-wise, I think we would do it. So, and I don't think we mentioned our fiddle player, Brian, actually has half of his family lives in Scotland, and I'm actually not sure where. But he's been wanting to go to Scotland ever since we started the band, just because he has aunts and uncles and cousins there. So I bet.
Where is the rest of the band anyway? Where are they? Where is the rest of the band?
Where are they? They're probably no, they're working.
Brian's in Oregon right now. Ethan is building signs at the sign shop, and Matt's probably down at the Hideaway if I had to guess. But
playing frisbee golf.
Yeah. Listen, feel free, just rip the album out, tell them where they can buy it. If you've got do you have a merch shop?
We do.
Yeah. Do you have t-shirts in the merch shop?
Right now, because we're so busy in the summertime with merchandise at live shows, I don't know if we have t-shirts up right this minute, because we have to keep up with it on the road. And our bass player, Ethan, actually prints all of our shirts by hand. So we will have shirts again, but definitely on the website, we have our vinyl record of our last album, and we have all of our CDs, and we're waiting on vinyl for this new album, but it should be here in about 2 months, so you can pre-order it. But you can at least get our CDs if you want that, and we'll send stickers and all the things.
Yeah, because I'd like to get a bit of merch. I'd like to get a t-shirt with everybody that I chat to, because obviously for us it's good to rep the band as well, and when people ask me what you do and how do you go about it, and who's that t-shirt you're wearing? Oh, this is this new band, and that's the thing for us. It's good to get you guys out there, doing a bit of repping for you guys, and and get you guys noticed, and I think that's important. You have to give the guys the name of the name of the merch store. You have to get it out there, Josh. Give us the name of the merch store. Give us it all, where they can reach you, so that everybody knows who you are.
You want me to say it out loud?
Let's go. This goes to America, it goes to Australia, it goes to Europe. So let's get it going.
Here it is, world. Visit us at www.laneylouandthebirdddogs.com/merchandise. Buy our stuff. We will come see you. We love you.
It's all on our website. So you can sign up for our email list serve on our website. You can go directly to Spotify to listen to us. You can go to our store. You can see photos. It's all on our website.
Excellent. I've got that out of the way, so there's no shameless promotion at the end of it.
And we will absolutely send you a t-shirt.
yeah, please do. Obviously, I'll give you my email address, and I'll give you my home address. Please do, because I will certainly rep it out.
Right.
Because it's nice that when you do that, sometimes when you rep a shirt that people don't know, people start to get curious. How do you know about these guys? And you're like, and I go, oh yeah, I spoke to them a couple of months ago, out in Montana, and they're like, wow, because everybody says to me, any interviews this week? Yeah, I'm in Australia this week, and I'm in Montana, I've got Germany, and like, wow, and what time is it in Australia? I'm like, don't care, I'm just going to talk to someone and just tell them how good they are and get a t-shirt. So it's all good, Lena. So, yes, it's good to rep your stuff, and tell the guys about the album. For me, when I do it, when I write the album and send it out, the fact that I've got 2,000 people that have looked at it, people are interested to know about this new band, and what they're all about, and they go, my God, like a country band from Montana, and and that kind of creates an interest. And they read the bio. You've been going for a few years. I've got a few albums. They go, I want to check them out. And that's what's really really good about this. This part of the job, because it means that you can rep your stuff and people then get into you. And you may get some interest when the video goes out, because it goes onto our Americana site, we put it on YouTube so everybody will see it. So no swearing, no bad words and all that, just in case people get upset about that. That's what happens. It'll go on YouTube, it goes on Instagram, it'll go on Facebook, it'll go on our Americana site, and then it'll go across all of America and Australia and stuff. So it'll be really cool.
Thank you so much. We can't thank you enough. Honestly, we're just getting going, you know, and although it's been 8 years, you know, but we just can't thank you enough for helping us and you know, giving
Josh,
us.
Josh, it's never a problem. You know, I love to listen to new music. For me as well, you know, I was a heavy metal man. You know, I got into music in 1979. There you go, a long time ago. I saw AC/DC in 1979.
Wow.
Cool.
A long time ago, Lena. So that, you know, that shows you how long I've been doing this stuff. But I think as the years have gone on, you know, blues and soul and funk and jazz are coming through a lot more. And, you know, and I think as you get older, you kind of think, I don't want to be banging my head, you know, at a gig. I want to just be sitting in a chair, chilling out, you know, with a glass of red, thinking, oh, I really like this band, you know, and I think that's kind of what it's all about, because I think you go and, you know, you're going to enjoy yourself, you know, rather than standing, you know, squashed against someone with your sweaty t-shirt, you know, banging away at a bit of heavy metal. So I think the good old days of the country and blues are really coming upon us, really coming upon us. And you know, it's not a problem to help you guys. I really hope that, you know, this will do a lot for you. You know, the video and stuff, and you know, I know that your PR guys have shared the review and stuff. But when the video goes out, I'll let you guys know about it. And as I said, it goes all over the place, you know. So you always need to be on your best behaviour, and obviously need to big up the band, and that's all I ask. I'll come on here and I'll talk shit for 25 minutes, but you know, it's good about getting, you know, getting the vibe of the band out there, getting the interest in you guys, and then let's see how it goes.
Oh yeah, we appreciate it.
Not a problem. Now listen, I know you've got your 4-day run to go, so I will say thank you very much to Lena and Josh from Laney, Lou and the Bird Dogs. Wishing you every success on your 4-day run, and then your shows in Montana, and then maybe next year when you have enough money, you can come and start your world tour in Glasgow. You can look me up, we'll get some whiskey, we'll just talk some shit, and we'll go and do a show.
Sounds lovely. We'll come stay with you too. So just
no problem. Yeah, no problem. Come and hook up, and we'll just we'll get it on. You can, you know, start the world tour. Now, obviously, you've got to fly to Glasgow, do the world tour. There's a place in Glasgow called St. Luke's and the Winged Ox. It's an old church that has the organ pipes still in it. And it's an incredible place for a show. You guys would go down a storm over there. So when you get your next run of t-shirts, when you've got Ethan to print it, and it says World Tour 2022, first day Glasgow, St. Luke's and the Winged Ox, then I'm there. You know, I'm there.
That sounds good to us.
It'd be incredible. But
I'll see you there.
Listen, come to Glasgow, fly across, fly business class, doesn't matter. Come and we'll hang out and we'll just talk shit and we'll get it on.
Sounds lovely.
Good.
Excellent. Listen, guys, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute blast. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I know that I've had a good time. I know that I talk a lot, but you know, that's a typical Glaswegian, and your guy who's got the Scottish ancestors will tell you that anyway. But it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. I will tell you when the video is up, and then you can share it on your socials, and people will be thinking, who's that guy and what language is he talking? Because a lot of people will don't understand him, but it's all good.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, listen, you're absolutely welcome, Luna. Take care. have a nice run of shows. Keep us informed of any new music that's coming through. And whenever you get to Britain or Scotland, we will be sure to get you out there and get people to come and see you and play some shows.
We'll hold you to that.
Guys, take it easy. It's been a pleasure chatting to you. Lena and Josh from Laney, Lou and the Bird Dogs, have a great time, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Darren. Nice to meet you.
Take care, guys. Take care.